Great. All right, everybody, we're joined now by defender Tanner Beason. Why don't we get started with Jeff Lemieux, and then we'll go to Frank DeLappo. Jeff, go ahead.
Hey Tanner, we talked a couple days ago about how this was as close to a homecoming as it gets for you in MLS. So, first of all, how many friends and family did you have in the stands tonight? And second, what did it feel like going out, performing in front of them, keeping a clean sheet, and ending Charlotte's 8-game home winning streak?
Had a bunch of people there, probably more than I realized in terms of folks that I have grown up or known or whatever that live in Charlotte now, probably 30 or so that I definitely know, and then who knows how many more. But yeah, really cool, kind of surreal to be back here in a stadium that I've spent time at, been to football games or whatever, in a place that's very familiar to me. To be out there playing was kind of surreal. And then, from a team perspective, obviously amazing performance. Biggest thing is leaving with 3 points, which we did, and a clean sheet is even cooler. So yeah, really happy for the team and for the guys. People worked really hard, so really pleased.
Let's go to Frank DeLappo with the Boston Globe. Frank?
Good, Tanner. Hi. Talk about 3 straight shutouts. It's been a while for this team, to show that kind of defensive prowess. So what does it mean to you guys, and is defense first sort of this team's identity?
I think, we want to be good on both sides of the ball. Ultimately, we want to win games, right? And I think you have to understand that on the road in this league, it's going to be tough. Your back's going to be up against the wall. And that requires the whole team. It's not just the back 4 or 5. It's not just Ali. It's everybody, and you could see that tonight during different phases of the game. People working really hard defensively all over the field. And so we want that to be a huge part of our identity. Yeah, our work rate, our willingness to dig in and dig deep, especially late in games. That needs to be part of our identity if we want to be a winning team, especially on the road in MLS. It's tough. So that's part of it. And then, quality on the other side of the ball. And obviously we saw that with Carlos. So did enough to get a win.
We'll go to Seth McCumber with the Blazing Musket, and then Caleb Pomgrantz. Seth?
Hi, Tanner. Congratulations on the win. Coach mentioned that there was a moment where there's a dust up between you and Charlotte, and everyone joined in, and he loved the fact that everyone was fighting for each other. Can you just talk about the idea that everyone's willing to fight for each other, even in those moments where there's a little bit of a dust up on the field?
Yeah, I think we have a tight-knit group, and in those little moments, even though the actual incident is never really a big deal or anything, you see the response from the team. You see the kind of commitment that we have to one another, and the care we show for one another in those moments. And not only that, but just the general competitive energy. And that was good to see. I think a little bit of a sort of a galvanizing moment for us in the game to kind of re-energize us for the rest of it.
Take 2 more questions. We'll go to Caleb and then Jeff Lemieux again.
Hey, Derek, congrats on the win. Obviously a big part of this result. You've played in 4 games this year. All 4 games are wins. Kind of just talk me through about how the team's getting results with you in the back, and how you have gotten acclimated with this defensive group in New England.
Yeah, we've been together for a little while now, since preseason, and working together, getting to know one another. Obviously, there's a lot of new faces in general, but specifically across the back line. And so I think that's been a process of getting to know each other personally, and then how you like to play, the communication piece of it. We speak different languages, that kind of stuff. So I think we've all started to develop those relationships and get more comfortable with one another. And obviously, in some ways, we've changed a little bit tactically, and so trying to just kind of blend all those things together as this team kind of comes together and grows over the course of this part of the season. So it's been good.
I saw Frank DeLappo's hand go back up, so let's go back to the Boston Globe. Frank?
Okay, good, Tanner. Just want to talk about last year. You've gone from a team that struggled last year, like the Revolution did. So how frustrating was that? How rewarding is it to be with the Revolution so far? And what's the margins? How that makes the difference? From teams, turning it around like that.
Yeah, the margins in this league are really tight between not conceding goal and conceding a goal, between winning and losing. The margins are really, really tight, and I think we've seen that over the course of the last few games. And And those little bits of effort and energy and those little plays is what's made the difference. So obviously it's nice to be on the winning side. Any player would tell you that. And then I think those moments and those wins sort of energize you and refocus you to really recommit each week at trying to get another result. So that's what we'll be looking to do.
Okay, we'll take one last question. We're going to go back to Jeff Lemieux.
Tanner, you mentioned Carlos. I know sometimes, particularly on the road, you need someone to step up and have that one match-winning moment time and time again. Carlos fills those shoes. Just what kind of confidence does it give you as a group to know you have a ton of guys in the attack, but it's particularly Carlos who can provide those match-winning moments?
Yeah, I mean, I think our attacking group gives us a ton of confidence. There's a lot of talented players up there. Carlos is most certainly one of them, and they're all capable of producing those really cool moments, those bits of quality, which is what wins games ultimately, especially tight games. And Carlos did that tonight, so amazing for us.
Thank you very much, Tanner. Appreciate your time.